This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. Training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
Patrick Vespasiani, a former kickboxer, is looking to become the next big thing in heavyweight MMA. And will take the next step against Lazar Todev, who is hoping to add yet another victory to his already impressive 4-fight win streak. Coming up next, Patrick Il Gladiatore Vespasiani takes on Lazar the Punisher Todev in the heavyweight division.
Here we go, Brave Nation. This bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 5 losses. He stands 185 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 107.2 kilograms. Representing Tiger Sport Academy and fighting out of Stuttgart, Germany, by way of Bulgaria. Please welcome Lazar, the Punisher, and his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 1 win and no losses. He stands 200 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 106.15 kilograms. Representing MMA Spirit and fighting out of Frankfurt, Germany. Give it up for Patrick Il Gladiatore Vespasiani. Your referee is Jan Forbonik.
Hairs literally standing up on the back of the neck during those introductions by the one and only Carlos Kramer. You can see from the graphic the height advantage goes to Vespasiani. Weight relatively similar, but how much of a factor will that height play?
All depends on whether the fight takes place on the outside or the inside. This crowd absolutely wants to see it taking place on the outside, with Vespasiani's big shots landing first.
Lazar is a proven finisher, does like those big looping hooks. But as I say, both these guys so well credentialed in kickboxing, this makes for a very interesting fight. Beautiful jab right from the get-go from Patrick.
Phil, Todev looks just a little dry to me. He may have warmed up a little early, may not quite have warmed up enough, may take him a little while to get into this fight.
Patrick maintaining the distance very well here. Just those long arms he has. Comes over the top. It might have stung him a little there. Todev trying to take some of that respect back, trying to throw a couple of hooks of his own.
Very nice countering by Vespasiani.
He's just a little bit slower off the mark at the minute as Todev, but as we know in heavyweight MMA, it just takes one shot to get through. Nice and light on the feet as Vespasiani.
Todev's jabs have a little bit of a sign on them. They're not thrown naked, but could use a little bit more feinting.
It's a couple of times Vespasiani has invested in the body.
Vespasiani using that body shot, of course, because it hurts, but also to maintain distance, keeping his opponent on the end of those 6'7" arms.
It lets your opponent know that if you try and come into my realm, if you try and invade my space, I'll front kick you right back out of it. Nice bit of counter strike, but I think Todev got one through there.
Todev also got his leg shaking a little bit.
There are only so many of those leg kicks that one can absorb. Very, very smart strategy.
Nice to see Todev going down to the body before throwing that hook up to the head. Again, Phil, just a little wild, just a little wide. Todev wants to set his shots up a little more carefully.
Fantastic composure from Vespasiani. At 1-0, exhibiting a type of calm you would expect from a seasoned heavyweight pro. And that jab is just finding a target every time. Exchanging kicks of the big man.
If you're exchanging jabs, Phil, with a taller opponent, it's not going to be a good night for you. Todev needs to move that head. There's the head starting to move. Needs to move that head a little bit more and not stop it.
Spinning back fist just shy. He's landed the jab a couple of times now, he's too low. But the partisan Floyd here are very much in the corner of Patrick Vespasiani. Vespasiani initiates the clinch here, and being so tall, really have to change levels to get that chin underneath. Nice defense from Todov. Back and forth jabs. Vespasiani seems to be upping the output a little bit more now. That jab every time is just laser sharp. He's opened up a little bit of a cut under the right eye of Todov.
Phil, I believe Todev is actually landing the harder shots. I do believe he's the heavier striker, but his volume is just off.
Both men wearing the fight, the nose ever so slightly bloody with Vespasiani. It's the levels every time you see Vespasiani. He attacks the head, the legs, the midsection. Todov doesn't know where these attacks are going to come from. Just approaching that final minute of the first round.
Very nice exchange of low kicks. Vespasiani 8-1, and in his mind, he said, anything you can do, I can do better. I'm the toughest, and he threw one right back.
Essentially been watching a kickboxing bout in MMA gloves. It's been scintillating. As we alluded to, Kirik, it seems to be Todov has the greater power, but the frequency and the accuracy lies with Vespasiani.
Part of the effect of Todov's kicks that you see on his opponent's face right now is because his opponent is constantly moving forward. As you see right there, Todov is able to take the sting off of those shots by backing up. Il Gladiatore, no backup in the man, and he's showing the price for that on his face.
On the front foot pretty much from the first bell round, hasn't he, Kirik? He's not loading up on his shots. I'm enjoying that. He's not loading up on the shots. He's throwing them maybe about 60.
Give it to Vespasiani. But as they say, never leave it in the hands of the judges.
It's actually Vespasiani who's wearing the fight a little bit more. It seems to be the shy of Vespasiani. Those leg kicks thrown by Todov have done some serious accumulative damage.
These are big men. They got hands like suitcases, fingers like cricket bats.
Nice combination work. A big takedown, but
And
popping,
reversal and up.
popping right back up.
Il Gladiatore stuck in the front head, and they're up. And they're back at him.
Big shot over the top. Predicated off that kick. Nice stiff jab again from Todov. I'm also enjoying just how strategic and clinical these strikes being thrown out. These aren't just two big men that are throwing for the sake of throwing, hoping something lands. These are two strategists. These are two clinicians.
Their technique is excellent, which is a little bit unusual for the heavyweight division. A lot of heavyweights can get away with not as much training as they should put in. But that cannot be said for these two.
Yeah, technically they are very, very clean fighters. Good combination work again from Vespasiani.
Vespasiani's starting to follow up his combinations with a low kick. That's clearly some advice he's gotten from his corner. Can't do it too many times or he's going to get countered.
Cut opened up again underneath the right eye of Todov. Both men not throwing anything unnecessarily, trying to find the mark. I'll go as far as to say thus far, the second round has been a better round for Lazar Todov. He's still a absorbing some... Oh, huge head kick!
Mighty kick!
Beautiful combination work. Head kick and sweeping the leg low. But Todov showing just how tough he is. Completely eats a head kick. Never been knocked out in his professional MMA career.
We can see why he's broken a few hands, but that head, it's not going to break.
Shin right to the dome. Todov just walks right through it.
Maybe an accidental eye poke. We may get a chance to look at it, Phil, on the instant replay.
That is the issue with it. The issue is as old as time, or really as old as mixed martial arts, is that issue with the eye pokes when someone has the hand out reaching because of the fingerless element of the gloves.
Phil, it was an issue in boxing for literally 100 years. They finally decided to take the thumb down on boxing gloves, but of course in MMA, because of the necessity to grab, that is impossible.
A little bit of discussion between the fighters. Now, it may have been the thumb knuckle. I think that's what was being motioned at.
Todov is indicating that he did not hit him with an illegal part of the hand.
As far as I'm aware, if it's the thumb knuckle, that's still legal.
Il Gladiatore is indicating he's a little bit irked about what happened.
That is not a man you want to get annoyed. This was in the confines of the Brave Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, these may look like glancing blows, but from our broadcast position, we can hear the connection and we can see firsthand the damage being done by both men.
Phil, as I said in the very beginning, Todov looked a little bit dry, but he's completely warm now, and he really is starting to get his timing down.
Kick for kick. You can see the reddening just underneath the shorts and that thigh of Vespasiani.
Vespasiani was distance managing very, very effectively with that front kick, with that teep, but he's no longer doing it. I don't know if it's because of conditioning.
Well, I'm wondering, he's taken quite a few shots to the nose there. The nose might be busted up, and I'm wondering if that's now an impediment to his breathing. As we know, if you take a good solid shot to the nose, it is, he's wiping at the nose. He has to breathe through the mouth now, Carrick.
And of course, when that mouth is open, if it gets hit, it can be good night.
A good shot by Todov. Very much growing into this fight is Todov, a veteran of 11 professional bouts. Superman punch found its mark.
Big man with a Superman. We got less than a minute to go, Brave Nation.
Todov starting to up the ante a little bit, throwing big shots. Knee glances, but still these are big men, they still hurt. Both these men are going to have trouble walking up the stairs tomorrow. Oh, beautiful knee in the clinch.
Both these gentlemen have excellent knees. Like to see him use them a little more.
Big straight landed. I don't think Todov realized just how clean that shot was. Oh, and then a big shot from Vespasiani.
Il Gladiatore still may not have his feet underneath him completely.
He was a little bit rocked there. Losing stances of the second round. Anybody leave a definitive mark?
And there was a low blow. Referee should, the referee has called time. We only have several seconds left. The fighter at this point will be given as much time as he needs, Brave Nation, to recover. Just like the eye poke or the knuckle poke, it's completely inadvertent. Referee signals to keep the kicks up. Touch gloves, round just about to end.
Stiff jab to finish the round, and just as the round finished, we saw this punch in loose, which makes it more susceptible to the knockout. Makes that jaw a little bit looser.
Phil, it is completely speculative, but I do believe that we are at 1 round and 1. I have round 1 for Patrick Vespasiani, round 2 for Lazar Todov, if I am right, and it is pure speculation.
Heavyweights that are so well conditioned. Look at that thigh of Vespasiani, already turning black.
Phil, Todov fighting in foreign territory is going to believe he may be down 2 rounds to none. He's going to try to finish this round.
That nose has opened up again like a badly installed tap, leaking all over the place. Takedown.
Huge moment in this fight.
Now that nice short elbow. But because of his frame, because he's so tall, those elbows don't have a lot of ground to cover.
Stand-up attempt failed.
Has the mount. Oh, this could be the beginning of the end.
Beautiful wall walk.
No,
fantastic technique.
Back to the feet. Serious work from both men.
That wall walk is one of those moves, Phil. It's tough to pull off in the gym in a fight like this. That was amazing.
Big shots getting through for Lazar Todov. Oh, short elbow in the clinch.
Expect more of those. The Punisher is living up to his name here.
Both of these guys have serious chins.
Mouthpiece is out.
Referee has to wait for a natural break. Oh, huge knee. Spinning Best Fight has everything.
Mouthpiece back in, I do believe. Here comes the boom.
It's got to the stage. It's almost as if both men made an agreement just to throw shots at each other. What are these behemoths made of, Kerrick? Big shot over the top again from Todov.
The Gladiatore is flagging.
Yep, he's got him on the back foot. Oh, but throws a head kick.
Beautiful head kick, and he's down. Rolls, can't get up in time, looking for a single, stuck in front head. Go behind. Granby roll attempt, side control.
This is not the position you want to be in with a 106-kilo man on top of you.
The Punisher can now decide to forward his position or stay inside control and strike. Appears to be taking the latter option.
He's just solidifying the position, now landing elbows. Might be a cheeky little 12-6 elbow in there. Referee didn't see it. And look at the bruising on the eye. What has Vespasiani got left in the tank here, Kerry? The deep waters of mixed martial arts.
Step to mount. Phil, it was a step to mount with no attempt to defend against it. This is about the longest 2 minutes a human being can endure.
Just about to say there, Kirk, the deep waters of mixed martial arts are not where you want to find yourself when you're severely depleted. Referee taking a long,
We're down
hard
to
look at it.
short time, Brave Nation.
Is this intelligent defense?
Short time.
That's it. Lazar Todov with another finish, taking his professional record to 7-5. What a fight that was, the two.
First fight, and we get a replay courtesy of Brave Jim.
Here we see the beginning of the end. The team definitely a factor. Swings the legs to the side, comes over with a big shot, and right here, as you said, just like a hot knife through butter into the mouth position. Oh, big shot, big shot. Referee takes a long, hard look at it. Here's Vespasiani from himself.
All right, Brave and NFC, what a way to start the night. Give it up for both of these competitors. This fight comes to an end when referee Jan Forbonik stops about at 3 minutes and 23 seconds of the third round. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, Lazar the Punisher Todov.
Phil, we got another replay, courtesy of Brave Jim.
Genuinely fantastic fight. Great way to open up the card. Todov showing his veteran experience, riding out the early storm. Fast, aggressive start from Vespasiani, but as the fight progressed, Todov was able to use that veteran savvy and use all of the weapons at his disposal to get the finish, as you say. Extends his win streak to 5 fights, extends his finishing rate to 6 fights out of 7 wins. Fantastic performance.
And this is the end. Our referee is standing by, sees no intelligent defense, puts his hand in there, fight's over. Another thing, Phil, I love about the sportsmanship that they show here. Referee.
This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. Training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
A former #1 pound-for-pound amateur fighter, Axel Sola, is ready to further progress in the professional ranks. As he faces off against Vladimir Holodenko, a very skilled amateur boxer who is also undefeated as a pro. Coming up next, Axel Sola takes on Vladimir Holodenko in a catchweight bout of 77 kilograms.
This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in a catchweight bout of 77 kilograms. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with an undefeated professional record of 4 wins and no losses and 1 draw. He stands 187 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 77 kilograms. Representing Fight Fever and fighting out of Bruxelles, Germany. Put your hands together for Vladimir Holodenko. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 3 wins and no losses. He stands 185 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 76.76 kilograms. Representing KHK, Team Bahrain and Boxing Squad, and fighting out of Nice, France. Please welcome Axel Sola. Your referee is Gart Richter.
Deal of the tape. Holodenko actually incrementally taller than Axel Sola, which is something he doesn't encounter all that much. Looks light on the feet, looks ready to go. Holodenko, I don't think, has blinked since he got into the cage. Sola takes the center immediately.
Yeah, Phil, if looks could kill, Vladimir Holodenko would have wiped out the entire arena.
Both these men very, very competent Chris boxers. That straight left is one of the greatest weapons that Axel Sola has. It's that southpaw stance. Keeps on the outside, pops that left hand right down the pipe. Covers distance so well. No tell on that head kick whatsoever, Carrick.
Out of nowhere. Brave Nation, Sola, of course, is a southpaw. That means he keeps his right side forward. It's a very awkward thing to fight because not many people in the gym have it. Watch for the position of their lead foot. One of the main ways to deal with it is to keep your foot on the outside of the opponent's lead foot. That way you can come straight down the middle with a straight. That's what they're trying to set up here.
And this is the issue sometimes when you have a southpaw fighting an orthodox fighter. When you attempt that inside leg kick, the shot can be errant.
Hopefully we can get a little look at that on the replay. Try and see if it happened as the opponent was moving forward.
It is just one of those unfortunate factors when you have a southpaw fighter fighting an orthodox fighter. Carrick's a little bit sick in the head, wants to see a replay. Back to the action. Good stiff jab from Axel Sola.
Sola clearly has the better timing, heavier shots, and greater speed this far in the fight. Very smart to go down to the body. Tires the opponent out, and it brings the opponent's hands down.
Gives him a different a different stimulus to react to, doesn't it? And then that exposes other areas that you then attack.
Sola feinting just beautifully.
Yeah, that footwork is fantastic. It's just always just, it may look like Holodenko is unlucky with how close he is, but it's because the distance management of Axel Sola is so clean. Just in and out, wide base, almost fencer-esque. Oh, both men landed shots there.
Sola maybe thinking about taking a back body lock. Got the better of it.
Oh, he's starting to get bites. He's throwing the feints and he's starting to get those reactions from Holodenko. He's biting on the feints.
Holodenko's starting to get his timing down, though. Had it off the first 20, 30 seconds. He's starting to get the ability, the distance, the speed, the timing to land those hands.
Holodenko now trying to walk Axel Sola down. Trying to keep that foot on the outside, as you alluded to, Kirik.
This is not a wise man to stalk, though. Holodenko wants to show a little bit more in and out movement, or he's going to find himself on the end of very punishing fists. Like right there.
Straight left once again, right down the pipe. Now opening it up with the jab.
Holodenko, neither does he want to back up. There he goes. He's got to circle a little bit more. If he moves straight in, straight out, it may be a short night for him and not on the good end of it.
Axel Sola not even breathing heavy at this stage. Supremely conditioned athlete. Again, just waiting to pop off that big left hand right down the pipe.
Sola doing a terrific job of keeping just enough distance behind him so he can back up if he has to and circle out.
Big head kick from Holodenko. Going back, this is another fantastic fight. Good stiff jab. Once again from Axel Sola.
Sola's got his timing now. He feels like he has his timing down now fully. Sola's pretty soon going to unleash something big.
Oh, that 1-2 combination is so crisp.
He's got a follow-up for it, too.
If you were in the corner, would you tell him to keep throwing that one too, and maybe throw in a lead hook, finish it off with the hook?
Finish it off with a left hook. Then maybe even go for a body lock, give him a little bit of a different look. Those punches are going to land even better if Holodenko believes there may be a clinch in there, there may be a takedown attempt.
Good stiff inside leg kick from Holodenko.
Holodenko's got a phenomenal ability to bring those kicks out of nowhere and land them up high. He just indicated that didn't hurt, which means it did, of course.
That's a universal sign for yes, you got me. Credit to Holodenko, he's not standing on ceremony or reputation, he's taking the fight.
Oh, and he landed.
That was a lovely straight shot from Holodenko. He initiates the clinch.
Holodenko making it a little bit dirty, throwing that knee up to the ribs. Got the hands together, he's going to get the takedown, but it wasn't denied. Phenom technique from the HK MMA representative.
Axel Sola turning defense into attack. Very strong way to finish the round for Axel Sola.
Technique great, Jim. Replay coming up.
Holodenko need to do to get himself back into this fight, to get a little bit of a foothold, if you will.
Stop moving straight in and straight out. He's got to start circling a little bit more and then match his opponent's feints. If he continues to move straight in and straight back, he's going to continue to eat big shots, and they're actually going to get harder as Axel Sola comes more and more to understand his opponent's timing, footwork, reaction time, and speed.
Sola just looks so good. Did he eat a shot coming in there.
Hands are together, Phil. That means a takedown's inevitable.
Big takedown from Axel Sola.
Big question now, Brave Nation, is does Axel Sola decide to stay in that top half guard and strike, or does he try and pass to a better position?
He's locked up the legs a little bit now, doing a beautiful job of solidifying the position.
Excellent refereeing. A single toe went through the fence, not allowed. Referee tapped it off.
Head underneath the chin. Good control being exhibited here by Axel Sola. In that anchor position, that half guard that he seems to be happy with. Not trying to progress, just establishing the position and landing damage.
Phil, I want to say, when we see officiating that we don't like, we are not shy about sharing our thoughts.
True.
We are also duty-bound to say, like everything in Germany, this officiating is very efficient. It is, in fact, excellent.
I would say some stereotypes are true and a positive, and German efficiency is definitely one of them. Axel Sola may try and use the instep of his left leg to push down on the inside knee of Holodenko to open that guard up just a little bit to create more of a passing opportunity for himself.
He seems comfortable, Phil, staying in this position. Half guard, very, very controversial position. It's obviously in grappling the single most fruitful position you can be in. It's the exact opposite in MMA. It basically anchors you down. We may have the beginning of a submission attempt coming. Roll sweep attempt. May turn into a Dars.
Holodenko done a great job to regain guard, but now he's got to do something with it. Either throw up a submission or get the feet on the hips and create space. Big ground and pound being thrown here by Axel Sola. Oh, right through the guard of Holodenko.
Brave Nation, we are actually within reach of the fighters right now. These shots may not look like they have a lot of pop on them. They have a lot of pop on them.
Very dominant round thus far for Axel Sola. Showed in the first round just how crisp his boxing was, now showing just how good his ground and his positional awareness are.
Holodenko showing true gameness though, still striking from bottom. Absolutely no quitting him whatsoever.
Axel trying to get those elbows through. Staying chest to chest, giving Holodenko no space at all. Little palm shots being thrown here by Holodenko. He's trying to get hold of a wrist, trying to set something up.
Would be a triangle attempt coming up.
You saw him try and solidify, try to create a little bit of an angle for himself. Has that heavy overhook on the right arm of Axel Sola. Oh, big elbow through from Axel Sola.
Phenom attack from top, body shot, head shot, rolled that right into an elbow coming in from a downward angle. And again, Holodenko striking from bottom.
The output from Axel Sola is fantastic here. Lands his strikes and just reestablishes the position, confirms the position. Coming up to the final minute of the second round.
1 minute left, Brave Nation, in the second round of what so far has been an excellent fight. There was a triangle attempt.
Sola wise to it. And he's cutting through with those elbows, Carrick. Grabbing the back of the head for a little bit more leverage. I don't think there can be any disputing so far that this round is all Axel Sola. Oh, big elbows again. The KHK man going to work. Beautiful head position as well, just everything he's doing here. If you wanted to show a young fighter how to maintain position on the ground whilst throwing strikes to cause damage, to keep yourself in that position without being stood up, you would show them the second round of this fight.
What we're watching here, Phil, is the former #1 amateur fighter in Europe becoming a top professional in front of our eyes. In the third round, which is a distinct possibility, of course, have to tell him to wall walk, get up. You're going to get taken down next to the fence, use that fence, pop up. Try and get back to standing, let those hands go.
There you see some of the work. Damage being achieved by Axel Sola. Fantastic way to get third and final round. Our referee just waiting for the cage door to be closed.
Ready, final round.
And conceivably, as you said, Kirik Axel Sola.
Beautiful double glove touch. Love seeing sportsmanship like that in the Brave Combat Federation cage. It's one of the things that characterizes this organization. And as well, if you want to be mean and nasty, you can be that too.
Holodenko conceivably needs to get the finish if he is to win this fight. Axel Sola with that takedown in the second round, he's almost saying to Holodenko, I can strike with you and I can take you down when I want.
Holodenko landed that body shot. He's going to try it again and likely follow up with a left hook. That money shot, that body shot is there for him. Slips ahead to the outside, can't do a third time. He may eat a kick or a knee.
Throws the kick, slips, and Sola all over it straight away in the open forum of the Brave Arena. This is not where Holodenko wants to find himself. There's 4 minutes left of this round, and this is where he could essentially spend it.
We got a foot in the hip. That may be an attempt at creating enough distance to stand up.
Great work from Axel Sola just to shift the hips to get rid of that. And again, a little bit of exasperation from Holodenko there. Flat back momentarily and took a big deep breath. Frustration perhaps setting in a little bit.
I'm getting a flashback feel here to Mr. T in the Rocky series. What's your prediction for this fight? Pain.
And that's exactly what is being dished out here by Axel Sola. Sitting in the guard, happy to establish that position, throw big shots. Now pinning Holodenko against the cage, but Holodenko doing a great job to create space.
Guard is passed. Let's see if he can regard. Arm may be trapped, but it won't be for long.
Holodenko needs to do everything he can to turn in towards Axel Sola, try and establish an underhook. But that's so much easier said from our broadcast position, Kirik.
Position is not quite solidified, but very shortly Axel Sola is going to have a decision to make. Does he try and further position, move to mount, or is he happy to stay inside control and strike? Looked like he might be trying to pin that arm a la Matt Hughes.
Holodenko constantly trying to get his half guard back, trying to do the right thing now, turning in towards Sola, but he's eating big shots.
Very agile legs from Holodenko.
He's able to hook that leg of Axel Sola, but right now
Back take.
had to give up his back to try and make something happen. Managed to get back to his feet, but Axel Sola being so well rounded. What goes up must come down.
A lot of fans here in the crowd chanting Sola, Sola. Figure four's in place.
Oh, big takedown, but Holodenko trying to hold on to that Kimura grip, using it more so as a means of control. Perhaps trying to reverse position.
Sola's got that arm extended. Very little pressure on the shoulder and elbow now. I gotta say, Phil, very impressed with the relaxation shown by Axel Sola. A lot of fighters in that position would panic, might panic. That could leave them susceptible to being swept. Axel Sola stayed completely calm and is now back in control with less than 1 minute in this, the third and final round.
Exhibiting fantastic composure, and not where Holodenko wanted to find himself at all. I believe it was within the first minute he scored this takedown. And it's pretty much where Holodenko has spent the majority of this round, that being on his back, knee on belly. Holodenko up to his feet. 20 seconds left.
Maybe coming.
Another big takedown just to put a cap on the action. And Carrick, every time we see Axel Sola, he just seems to get better and better.
Axel Sola's got his pilot's license for Air France.
Big ground and pound to finish. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another dominant
Vladimir Holodenko.
Holodenko game as you like, and both these fighters coming in as undefeated young talents. Axel Sola now moves on to 4-0 as a professional, handing Vladimir Holodenko the first loss of his professional career, but the Sola steam train keeps rolling on.
Axel Sola's such a scary fighter. You put that figure 4 on him, that Kimura lock, and the only thing that happens is something worse.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible battle inside the Brave CF 61 NFC 10 cage. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27 for a unanimous decision victory from KHK Team Bahrain and Boxing Squad. Out of the red corner, Axel Sola.
And you can watch this live in Germany on Fighting DE. Big round of applause for Aryan Topolai and Maurice Adolf.
Just seeing a recap of some of the action from the Axel Sola Vladimir Holodenko fight. A real fantastic showcase for Axel Sola once again, and Carrick, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think he's lost a round inside the Brave cage.
Your math is absolutely correct. Axel Sola has not lost a round yet in his career. To be honest, I'm not sure when we are going to see that. I do think, as I said, we are watching the rise of a top European talent.
And again, as I say, it's not like he's fighting nobodies. He's fighting fellow undefeated fighters, handing them their first loss and growing into an incredibly well-rounded, fully fledged, now 4-0 professional mixed martial artist.
Speaking of phenomenal mixed martial artists, Phil, I do want to say to everybody in Brave Nation, Maurice Adolf, who will be fighting in the next Brave Combat Federation co-promotion with NFC, is called the German McGregor, and with tremendous reason. Get on YouTube, look for Maurice Adolf. He looks like...
This bout is presented by Brave Nutrition. Behind the athlete, there are hours of training. Behind every hard training is Brave Nutrition.
Chad Hanekom is eager to fight for a middleweight world title again and can be one step closer to achieving this goal when he takes on Matus Janur, who is ready to make a splash on short notice and send a warning to all the Brave CF roster. Coming up next, Chad Superman Hanekom takes on Matus Janur in a catchweight bout of 89 kilograms.
Brave Nation, NFC. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in a catchweight bout of 89 kilograms. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and 4 losses. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 88.76 kilograms. Representing Pepe MMA and fighting out of Poland, please welcome Matus Janur. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 2 losses. He stands 192 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 87.86 kilograms. Representing Kwan Wessel's Academy, and fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa, please welcome Chad Superman Hanekom. Your referee is the Bandit, Decky Larkin.
Phil, I like Matus. Jean-Or early, Chad Superman late. I think Jean-Or feels the same way, and he's going to jump right on him fast.
He's going to have to. He's going to have to look at the Gaucho fight and take the fight right to Hanekom with big shots. No glove touch right away. Hanekom on his bike.
Jean-Or stalking.
And it's a risk. You have to say it is a risk for Hanekom. He was under no obligation to take the fight because he had been preparing for Enrico Cortese. Gets an unknown quantity in Matthias Janner. So credit to both men for making it to the arena for the fight tonight.
This is the critical moment in the fight. Both these fighters have studied lots and lots of tape, but tape is nothing until you're in there with a person, until you make physical contact with them. You don't know on this day what their reflexes are like, exactly what their range is like, and that's what's going on right here. Superman's circling, trying to get his opponent to do something so he can feel it, so he can sense his opponent's speed, his sense of rhythm, his reach.
Nice stiff jab from Hanekom, but so far it's Matthias Janner who's the aggressor.
Matus maybe not quite warmed up as much as he wants to.
Hanekom acutely aware just how dangerous Matus is. Has big power in his hands, loves throwing those big looping overhands. And he's going to need to close that distance. He can't leave a lot of open space between himself and Chad. He's going to have to take the fight to him right away. Hanekom much more of a clinician, if you will, much more the technical fighter. Big shot over the top. That's exactly what Matus wants. Chad has to be careful dropping that hand when he kicks. That right hand is dropping down ever so slightly. Quite a bit, actually. If Matus can time that off a front kick or a low kick.
Superman waiting for some reads that he thinks he can work off. It does not appear he has any quite yet. Still trying to feel his opponent out. Feinting with that kick, trying to see if that drops an elbow, for example. If it did, he'd feint low, kick high. He's not getting the reads he needs yet, though.
Very tentative. We saw just a glimpse into the level of power that Matus has. Hanekom just trying to find these gaps. Does have an incredible flare double leg. A former rugby player. Tries to get his own shot over the top. And being a former rugby player, that flare double is really, really dynamic.
There's a look, Phil, a look in a fighter's eyes when they feel Superman's strength. I've seen it 5 times so far in Brave Combat Federation. And it may be coming up here. On the neck, scramble up, back into the double, hands are together. Beautiful escape, very tough position to escape from.
Big uppercut to hook from Matus. Chad Hanekom now knows that he is in a fight. I think Matus is now firmly warmed up and ready to go, Carrick.
Matus Jean-Or taking great advantage of this unique opportunity.
Hanekom yet to throw anything of real significance. Has the takedown attempts, but with the hands so far, it seems a little bit tentative, Carrick.
We never know, Phil, what injuries a fighter goes in. Well, we do know every fighter fights hurt.
Oh, unquestionably.
We just don't know where those injuries are. Wouldn't surprise me if there's an elbow, a wrist, a hand issue.
Minute to go. Matus looking like he's trying to find a hole for that big right hand.
Chad may have been trying to set up a reverse elbow.
Oh, head kick. Matus trying to get in on a guillotine here perhaps, but He is a BJJ purple belt. Did he clip him with the spinning elbow? There's the takedown from Honeycomb.
Only has 30 seconds left. Going to be very, very hard to finish his opponent in the 30 seconds he's got remaining in this round.
Matus doing a great job to get back to his feet.
Hard even to hold him down.
Fantastic takedown defense being exhibited by Janur. And Honeycomb is definitely not having this fight all his own way. Manages to get another takedown. That's two, but he is definitely being made to work for the takedowns. And Carrick, I don't think it's...
I've been a little bit surprised. I'm one of Chad Superman Honeycomb's greatest fans. I think his power battle around is second to none, but he has not had the opportunity to show it yet. On the other hand, advantage of this opportunity he's got here is shutting down the takedown attempts. But when he failed, he popped right back up again before there was any damage whatsoever. He's trying to use the takedown. Absolutely will help you shut down a takedown. Absolutely will help you get a knockout, but it takes more oxygen.
Matus had his eyes firmly locked on Chad Honeycomb from his corner there. Honeycomb looking around the arena more so than dialing in with the eye contact on his opponent.
Matus feinting very subtly. He shifted into a southpaw stance.
Trying to attack the body with the kick there. The fighter's still looking relatively fresh at this stage. Yeah,
What timing, absolutely exquisite timing. Brave Nation, that I was gonna say, you have to get the hands together before you're gonna get the takedown. If you don't, you're probably not. We got a leg lock attempt.
Honeycomb in on a leg. Beautiful defense being exhibited. In on a guillotine. It's mounted. This could be tight.
It's tight, Brave Nation.
What a result this would be.
Forearm is out of position.
Triangle attempt perhaps, but wow. Honeycomb doing a great job to stay in the fight. This has everything.
Hands together, there's the takedown.
Might that have been the opportunity for Matus to win the fight? Has that opportunity passed? Honeycomb now, speaking of passing, in the side control position.
Phil, we saw Matus has a tremendous ability to shut down takedowns. What we're going to see now is, does he have an equally tremendous ability to step up from bottom side control, to step up from bottom half guard?
Has to establish an underhook. Right now, he does not want Honeycomb to advance this position into the likes of the mount. Doing a good job of just solidifying the position, landing a couple of shots, not unlike Axel Sola in the previous bout.
There we go. Honeycomb wants to get just a little bit busier from top side control. Referees won't wait in for more than a minute or so for something relatively big to happen. Either an attempt to further position or some big shots.
May look for a crucifix here if he can push that right arm of Matus down.
Oh, very slick use of the hips. Janur denied it, has the forearm back into the hip. And again, Superman tried to get around that arm. There's a battle going on right now, Brave Nation. Janur has his forearm in the hip. With that forearm in the hip, you can shut down a lot of attacks. Chad now advancing.
Perhaps trying to set something up, but wow! Right back to the feet as Matus, but Honeycomb getting in on the single, trying to switch to the double. Good defense so far from Matus.
Honeycomb probably going to switch back to the single. There it goes. And down.
Beautiful angle on it. Oh, just seamlessly steps over into half guard.
Beautiful chain wrestling into beautiful jiu-jitsu.
More of a half mount here, trying to pop that knee through into the full mount. Matus doing the right thing, turning in towards Honeycomb.
Oh, there's a pass.
Beautiful work.
And there's the strikes that the judge needs to see. And there's a pass to mount.
There it is. Clean mount, locks up the legs, but
not for long.
Good work from Matus. Solid work to get the guard back. Wonderful guard retention.
Phenom technical fight from these middleweights, Phil.
Oh, huge elbows from Chad Hanekom. Almost as if that first round sparked him into life.
Less than 1 minute, Brave Nation.
Very dominant work so far from Superman. Matheus Janur proving not quite to be his kryptonite so far in the fight.
Janur showed terrific strikes, terrific power, terrific ability to shut down that takedown. Very nice attempts at reversing it. He does not show he has the requisite skill to stand.
Having to get up in this position does expel a lot of energy, and it'll be interesting to see what the gas tank is like of Matheus.
Excellent stand-up. Glad to see him prove me wrong.
Does have an underhook, and again that 50-50 position is just so draining, so tiring, so debilitating.
And what you gotta tell your guy is, winner of the next round is the winner of the fight. Go out there and fight. To be in that state.
We know
And a glove touch.
We now know the hand of Chad Hanekom. He wants to get the takedown and do his work from there. Will that make Matheus gun shy with the hands, or will he take the fight to the South African? Both men just trying to get a little bit more of a gauge. Oh, timing again from Hanekom.
Great shots from Matheus Janur. He's still in here to win it.
Trying to work for a guillotine of his own, perhaps.
Oh, Phil, what do we see here?
Arm in guillotine.
Arm in guillotine. The elbow's low enough.
Does he have enough left in the arms, though, after two? Oh! Hanekom, of course.
That's a nasty squeeze.
Hanekom, of course, a BJJ brown belt, has been in these positions before. He switched it. Is Hanekom able to pop the head out? Matheus putting everything he has.
Get leverage on that arm and then prop it down. At some point, trying a choke. There it is.
Beautiful work from Hanekom, just to ride out the position as calm as you like, showing veteran savvy right there, popping the head out, and now this is exactly where he wants to be, Kerrick.
There is a point in a guillotine attempt that plays against you. If you try it too hard, those forearms wear out. You can't clench the fist tightly and punch properly.
Hanekom just sitting inside the open guard right now, happy to land his shots from there. Matheus doing a great job. He's on a hip. He's not flat backing. He's certainly not out of this fight by any stretch of the imagination, Kerrick.
Matheus may even be taking a little bit of a rest here, Phil. Maybe biding his time, wait a little bit, wait for his opportunity, then pop up. There it is, on the elbow. Then he's looking for the knee, then the hand, then the foot.
Chad Hanekom acutely aware of that, cups the elbow of Matheus to take away that point. Take away one of those pillars.
Again, Phil, I think we're going to see Janur rest just a little bit, bide his time, and attempt to explode up off that floor.
Like a crocodile. Short burst of energy needed here from Matheus to bounce.
There's a pass now to Mount, Phil.
May give up his back, but Matheus trying valiantly to get back. Dagestani handcuff from Chad. Can't quite see if he has that clean. Oh, and he's laced him up.
One hooks in, frying pan, fire position.
Chad Hanekom does have one win by rear naked choke on his record. And right now, he doesn't need to take any kind of crazy risk. Very dominant in this round.
Chad Hanekom doing an excellent job of landing heavy shots and as well constantly threatening to further his position. There's absolutely no reason for a stand-up here.
He's still landing shots, still keeping himself honest in the eyes of the referee, Dickie Larkin. Head-on triangle attempt. Just needs to establish it, needs to get lower, needs to get his head pinned against the his head pinned against that elbow and go ear to ear, essentially.
Very slick follow-up. When that arm choke failed, boom, right into the headshots. That makes the arm come up a little bit defensively. Whoop, you're right back into the submission attempt.
Right now with 90 seconds, he seems to really want that head arm choke.
Hanekam's got about a minute left. Brave Nation, for those of you saying Chad Hanekom, Superman, should post back and start throwing punches, that would be a possible way to proceed forward, but doing that might get him thrown off completely.
Nice little shoulder bump from Hanekom there. Mixing it up nicely, going body then head, body then head. None of these shots are by any means concussive, but they are accumulative. They show the judge that you are being proactive, that you're not resting on your laurels. Oh, beautiful elbow crashing through the guard of Janur. 30 seconds left. I fully expect to see Hanekom turn it up right now.
Still on that arm choke. Like a dog in a bone is Chad Hanekom with those takedowns, doing the same thing with that arm choke. Wants to tap his opponent out.
10 seconds and elbow after elbow. Heavy ground and pound being thrown. Exclamation point being put on the round by Chad Hanekom. There it is.
To Matu Shanor for taking that fight on such short notice.
Chad Hanekom just walking around the cage now, absorbing it all, taking it all in.
All right, another amazing battle inside the Brave CF NFC cage. After 3 incredible rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Your first judge scores about 30-27, and your next 2 judges scored about 29-28 for a unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner, Chad Superman Hanekom.
Nation, we're getting a little look at that action from the last round. Chad Hanekom beats a couple of shots to the face, got a big neck, does get his attention. There was a big shot behind the ear. A lesser man would have gone to sleep. A great man like Superman goes right for the takedown. Once those hands are together around your body, that takedown is nearly inevitable.
Yeah, I was just about to say, an eerie inevitability when he gets those hands connected. And even though it looked like he may have shot out from a little too far there, he still managed to get the takedown. And his timing on some of the takedowns was fantastic. He hit Matus into the striking, ducked underneath, scored beautiful takedowns.
Brave Nation, one of the toughest things about developing that timing is you get hit a lot in the face. There's no other way to develop timing like that than to fail over and over and over again. And even in training, every time you fail, you get punched in the face with an uppercut. Could eat a knee, but you do it over and over again, year after year, and the result is what we see before us, a takedown machine.
This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. Training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
Isa Isakov is ready to build on his impressive win streak and get closer to a world title shot. As he faces Ahmed Laban, who's undefeated under the Brave CF banner and eager to move up in the division. Coming up next, Isa Determinator Isakov takes on Ahmed the Shadow Laban in the super lightweight division.
Here we go, Brave Nation! This next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the super lightweight division. Introducing your first contestant. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 4 losses. He stands 179 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 74.42 kilograms. Representing Top Team Zagreb and fighting out of Lebanon, please welcome Ahmed the Shadow Laban. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 8 wins and 2 losses. He stands 175 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 75.18 kilograms. Representing Soko Team Luxembourg and Bulgarian Top Team, and fighting out of Belgium, please welcome Isa Determinator Your referee is Jan Footballik.
Brave Nation, have you ever tried to escape your shadow? If you have, you discovered something very, very important. Shadows have the best distance management on the face of the planet Earth. Second best is going to have to be Ahmed the Shadow Laban tonight. He's going to have to keep this fight at distance, start letting those hands and feet go, and he begins. Bladed stance, going to pop in and out.
See the hands low, inviting. Isa Isakov in Taekwondo-esque in his execution. He's so loose in the cage. Popping that jab off from the hip, keeping it out of the peripheral vision of your opponent. Isakov trying to close that distance.
The Shadow doing a good job of keeping a little bit of distance between him and the fence.
And he's going to have to stay on the bike. He has to be careful. Cuts a beautiful angle. And Ahmed Laban can, this in and out motion light on the feet. He can maintain that for all 3 rounds, no problem. Not a lot of kicking so far from Ahmed Laban. Doesn't want to get the leg caught.
For those of you used to seeing a fighter keeping their hands up, what you're seeing now is defense via distance management. Staying far enough away so when an attack gets launched, you can see it coming and dodge out of the way, as we saw right there.
Laban did a good job there following up the missed kick with just enough of a jab to put in the face of Isakov to halt his momentum forward. And there's the inevitable takedown from Isakov. How good is the takedown defense of Laban? We will find out now, Carrick.
Laban's got the beginning of a figure 4, got the beginning of a Kimura, but only the beginning. They want to switch to an elbow. There we go. A little bit of a warning from the referee. Imagine, Brave Nation, a cell phone on the very top of your head, run it down your back. You cannot hit that area. Another way to think of it is, if you hit somewhere in the rear periphery of the head, you got to hit a little bit of ear. That did not happen here. 2 fighters are separated.
Interestingly, though, taking away that position might be advantageous to Laban.
I don't think the Shadow minded that.
He needs to get his back off the cage.
Oh, staggered!
He caught him. Ahmed Laban is just that dangerous. Beautiful sprawl. Does have a win by ninja choke. Trying to get in on that guillotine. That looks tight from Ahmed Laban. Could it be?
Elbow's getting lower. The elbow's low, and this is tight.
He's putting everything he can into this.
This is tight.
Isakov
Wants
going
to get on
red.
his side just a little bit.
Oh, that is so tight. Isakov gutting it out, showing his toughness. Unbelievable. To steal a phrase from our friend Brad Wharton there, unbelievable. You wonder just how much, because Ahmed Laban went for broke with that guillotine. How much has that taken out of him? And right now he finds himself in bottom position. Not where you want to be with someone like Isa Isakov bearing down on top of you.
We're exactly at the halfway point. Been extremely exciting so far. I have every expectation this is going to continue, so Brave Nation, do not blink.
Again, Laban's showing just how dangerous he was. I was so quick, I didn't see what the shot was that caught Isa Isakov. Might be in a check hook. I'll need to wait to the end of the round to see back the replay. The Shadow moves quicker than the human eye can comprehend.
Body, body, head. This is textbook ground and pound. Fighters typically open up with the fists and then graduate when they get a little bit closer to the elbows.
It's a big shot. That wasn't just a pitter-pat shot to the body from Isakov. He put a lot into that. Laban clamping down on the head.
Brave Nation, that these shots are not an attempt to rack up points to play to the judges. These shots have bad intentions.
Maybe potential for a little bit of payback here for Isakov. Free him off and get the elbow in. Oh, beautiful work from Laban. Oh, Laban as calm as you like, almost disdainful. But Isakov once again closes the distance, gets the body lock, gets the takedown.
Laban wanted it just a little bit too much.
Overcommitted slightly, didn't he, Herrick?
Attempt to move to mount. That was denied. We're back up to standing.
It's fantastic work from Ahmed Laban to work his way to get up. Isakov just so dominant in these positions. I did say it at the start of the broadcast during our intro, he who controls the wrestling controls where the fight goes, Carrick.
Howsoever, and this is going to be the big question in the judge's mind about 26 seconds from now. How much do you count a shot that dropped the opponent and left him heavily, heavily wobbled?
Difficult one. Oh, Determinator.
2 hooks in.
Determinator, not so much I'll be back as I'll take your back. How much time does he have? 10 seconds. Not a lot of time to work at all, but a very dangerous position and almost a warning shot fired from Isakov. Submission. Shot give it a hand. We have a very, very close submission. How do you score that round? How do you score that round? It's a movie. Let's see how we go again. Nope, not seeing that shot yet.
Take down short of follow. Has his hands locked.
Ready to go. Touch of the gloves and we're ready to go. Second round. The formidable, near unstoppable wrestling of Isakov.
Laban in his sideways, bladed stance. Bouncing just a little bit less now.
And the pinpoint striking accuracy of Ahmed Laban. Already marked up the face of Isakov a little. Big overhand swing and a miss from Isakov. Incredible composure being exhibited again from Ahmed Laban. Looks so calm, unflinching.
The shadow measuring with that lead hand, measuring with his eyes. Trying to set up the straight, possibly the hook. There was the straight.
Needs to be careful. Isakov, whilst predominantly a wrestler, still has big power. Flying knee attempt. Laban needs to get on his bike here. Oh, beautiful way to finish, but Laban like a powered up Pac-Man up to his feet. Forcing Isakov to work his socks off to get the takedown. What
sweep
a frenetic scramble. Isakov will not be denied his takedowns.
Ahmed the Shadow Laban showing absolutely terrific defense against the takedowns, but it is not enough thus far.
Against the cage now, he's going to have to post to an elbow, then an arm. But he has done a good job when he has to, creating that space from these positions to get up. But as the fight progresses, as time goes on, it becomes more and more difficult.
Laban controlling that head, Brave Nation. When the fighter on top can't posture all the way back, it very much limits the power behind those shots. The Shadow holding tight onto that head. It means any punches coming in are going to be arm punches. You can get a little bit of power with arm punches with distance, but you can't get the hips behind them, can't get momentum behind them.
Isakov to, oh, Ahmed Laban trying to work for a guillotine here. Can't quite see if he has it.
Elbow far too high right now.
Readjusting on it. Isakov taking his time. He's been in this position before. Doesn't look like he's in trouble. Tripoding up, doing the right thing. Ahmed Laban needs to be wary of burning out his arms here. Last thing he wants to do is gas himself out with regards to his arms and still have another round to go. There's 2 minutes of this round still to go. Isakov doing a great job of just riding out the difficult position.
Pass attempt. Scramble up denied.
Oh, great job of just pulling that leg out and elevating it. Isakov's such an intelligent wrestler.
Isakov will now return to landing short, sharp, painful shots. Pass is almost complete, and it's complete.
Isakov, a product of that IMAF structure, 2018 IMAF European silver medalist, 2017 IMAF world bronze medalist, so he does have that incredible IMAF experience. They turn to the mount here. Laban trying to bridge, but Isakov's so strong in these positions.
Excellent use of the head from Isakov. He was turning his opponent's head away so the opponent couldn't see the incoming shots.
Deep into the final minute of the second round. Isakov trying to take the sting out of the forward momentum of Isakov, of Ahmed Laban, and it's very smart from this position. Wear on your opponent, trying to plate his gas tank, try and make him tired, because that explosive in and out movement is a hallmark of Ahmed Laban's fighting style, whilst the crucifix is a hallmark of Isakov's style. This is how he finished Maciej Krzyzewski. Does he have enough time to land the shots?
Tremendous top control.
10 seconds left. Can Ahmed Laban survive to the third round?
Isakov's got the arm control, the near arm control, elbows coming down, fists coming down, round end.
Ahmed Laban looks a little bit abject there. Huge hematoma on his forehead, Karen.
No question who won that round, Phil, and we're getting to see one here in this replay, courtesy of Brave Gym.
Rejuvenated, ready to go. Laban, so dangerous. Only ever one shot away from turning your lights out.
Laban feinting a spin kick.
Isa needs to exercise a little bit of composure here himself. He can't go chasing and get caught like he did in the first round.
Phil, Laban is fatigued now.
Oh,
the
yes.
feet are not doing what he needs them to do. They are not maintaining distance anymore. Isakov is now determining the distance.
Laban needs to get his back off that cage. Oh, tried to jump knee, but then hit a big shot himself.
That's the effect of fatigue.
And there is the takedown again. Oh, beautiful. Turned the corner wonderfully. Isakov, just a fantastic powerhouse wrestler. You may as well just practice your get-ups if you're going to fight Isakov, because there's no point in really working to take the defense, because you will get taken down.
Doesn't matter who you are. The Determinator determines to take you down. You're going down, and then, as you said, Phil, it's up to you to try and get back up. I don't think Ahmed the Shadow Laban has what he needs to stand back up.
Carrick, for people who don't know, describe just how horrible that knee on belly feeling is.
It feels like what I imagine a mouse feels like when it's being eaten by a boa constrictor. You absolutely cannot breathe, and that fills a human being. It fills the human spirit with panic.
Isakov has essentially 3 minutes with which to work here. If he can get himself into that crucifix position like he did at the end of the second round and just throw down those elbows.
He's working his way towards it very methodically. He's past the half guard. He's got the forearm trapped already. Before too long, he's going to try and grab that left wrist, step over it, and that may be the beginning of the end. Isakov doing a terrific technical job of maintaining positional control.
Oh, beautiful short elbows from Isakov, and man has a gas tank for days.
Looking for that near knee on belly, and all the while raining shots to the body, raining punches to the head, raining elbows to the head.
Absolute abject misery.
Looking for an armbar.
Quick switch to Kimura here. Abject misery on the face of Ahmed Laban here. Isakov did win via armbar in his Brave Combat Federation debut against Rami Ahmed all the way back in 2019.
Isakov very briefly tried to set up an armbar. We'll see whether he learned something. He may have seen a little mistake in the defense, and he'll try and take advantage of it. He may have thought he didn't really have a chance, in which case he's going to be trying some other finish. Just under 2 minutes, Brave Nation.
And even if Ahmed Laban does get back to his feet, how much does he have left to mount something offensive?
Less than he did, Phil, at the beginning of the round.
Isakov has the mount available to him, but he's just solidifying the position here. There's that knee on belly again. Oh, it's crushing.
Isakov is not content simply throwing shots from top. He wants the finish in this fight, and he's gonna try to set it up. Turn the hips, back again.
Final minute to transition into the mount.
Looking for the mount from there. There's going to be big shots raining down. May take that arm.
He's offering the arm.
May take an arm shot.
Credit to Laban. He's still trying to create space, but Isakov has pretty much been unstoppable in this third and final round.
Isakov has the legs grapevine now. Gives him a great platform for which to throw big shots.
Grapevine the legs. Laban perhaps just delaying the inevitable, but
Laban valiantly still trying to escape. Ten seconds now, Brave Nation.
strong finish from Isakov. Rode out again the inevitability of the takedowns from Isakov could not be denied.
Bill, I said in the beginning that this was an exercise in problem solving. Under the shadow, Laban had to keep at distance. He's the Terminator Isakov. Had to keep him slow, and he had to keep him close, and he did.
Dropped the elbow, turned the corner to get the takedown. He realized he elbows, short shots, giving Ahmed absolutely no space.
All right, another incredible contest inside the Brave CF NFC cage. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-27. Your next 2 judges scored about 30-26 for your winner. By unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Isa the Terminator Isakov.
This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
A training partner of Marcel Grabinski and former NFC champion, Jarno Ahrens has his sights firmly set on getting gold on his waist once again. When he takes on Alisher Abdullayev, who's ready to extend his winning streak to 5 victories in a row. Coming up next, Jarno Ahrens takes on Alisher Abdullayev.
My Brave Nation, this next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 8 wins and 2 losses. He stands 176 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 65.98 kilograms. Representing Spitfire and fighting out of Berlin, Germany. Please welcome Alisher Abdullayev. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 3 losses and 1 draw. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 66.12 kilograms. Representing Team Thriving and fighting out of Herley, Netherlands, please welcome Jarno The referee is Gard Richter.
Brave Nation, the style of striking in mixed martial arts is based on Dutch kickboxing. You're about to see it from the source. It's a mix of boxing, karate, and Muay Thai, and it's about to unleash.
Very excited for this fight. It really is a do not blink kind of fight. Between them, these fighters have 14 wins by way of stoppage. 9 first-round finishes collectively.
Expect to see Jarno throw hand combinations, follow him up with a kick.
Nice inside leg kick thrown there by the southpaw, Alisher. Oh, straight shot right down the middle.
Little hook from the southpaw, Alisher.
Both these guys very evenly matched, very dangerous, and potentially a big statement win. One of these guys could place himself front and center as the #1 contender for the NFC featherweight title.
Abdullayev shifting just a little bit from that southpaw back to an orthodox stance and then returning quickly to southpaw. Beautiful timing!
That was textbook. Catch the kick, follow up with the strike, put your opponent on their back.
Infighting like life. Timing is everything, Brave Nation. You just saw perfect timing.
Good solid head positioning here from Abdullayev. Just underneath the chin. Controlling the head, but Ahrens could be looking to set up a triangle here. Has wrist control. Very dangerous off his back, as we alluded to. 5 wins by submission, all different submissions. Just knocking up that body triangle from the bottom, lets it go. Usually when a fighter opens up their guard, it means that they're trying to create something, whether that be space or a submission opportunity for themselves.
Got the frame, nice little elbow from bottom.
That was very nice. Alisher trying to open up that guard. Firm grip of the wrist. There's Jarno.
Jarno is pushing on that knee, grabbing his foot, trying to pull the foot inside his opponent's thigh so he can try and get a sweep. Now what he's looking for is a submission. Working those legs up high.
Playing the high guard game. Big shots to the midsection. Oh, just misses with the elbow.
Bump sweep attempt, denied.
Again with the wrist control. Frame Left to the elbow, here it comes. Oh, good defense from Jarno.
Alisher doing a good job of avoiding the attacks from bottom, but he needs to do a little bit more than that. That's what he needs to do.
Space created by Jarno. Potential for an up kick here. Oh, right to the chops.
Axe kick from the bottom.
2 minutes left in the opening round.
Again, Jarno pushes the knee down. Very subtle technique. Pushes the knee down, gives him the space he needs to get a foot in the hip or an elevator underneath his opponent's thigh.
And once Jarno may be the guy on the bottom, he's been the one I think's been more proactive. He's landed the short elbows, he's landed the up kicks. Aside from the takedown, Jarno's potentially winning this fight from his back.
The takedown used to count for a very, very great deal in mixed martial arts. The sport, the unified rules of mixed martial arts have evolved since then. Whoa, another up kick attempt, but that was preceded by 2 nice lefts to the head.
My Alisher's turning up the heat. Needs to be careful not to be overzealous in these positions.
Stack pass was successful.
Into the north-south position. Really try and set up a north-south choke.
Something we don't see a lot, Phil. Jarno tried an elbow from bottom north-south.
Jarno trying to get in on a takedown of his own. Needs to be wary of a guillotine choke here. Potential Peruvian necktie. Very difficult from this position. Very difficult in general.
Yeah.
Slides her on through.
It's a face crank right now. It's not a choke.
Jarno manages to pop the head out, but that would have been incredibly uncomfortable. He's in on a heel. Doesn't quite have
Both of them are in on heels. Leg lock battle.
50-50 position here. This is where it's so dangerous because you have to commit both hands to the leg lock game, leaving yourself exposed to strikes. I always get a little bit nervous when somebody with terrible knees. I always get a little bit nervous when I see a heel hook. You wouldn't even know where to begin with deconstructing that fight with regards to the scoring. Both fighters had opportunity. Both fighters had points where they were landing damage. This was beautiful. That's a quick, straight down the middle, into the takedown. Very, very clean martial arts.
Thank you, Brave Jim, for another look at the action in that wild first round.
See the up kicks from Jarno Ahrens. I wonder if Jarno's going to be a little bit freer with the kicks, or if that takedown has put a little bit of a tick in his head, knowing that it's going to be caught. Nope, throwing the kicks happily. Oh, what a shot to the body. That absolutely echoed through the auditorium here. Oh!
Phil, we just had our takedown of the night.
That was incredible. Some lucky photographer has got an incredible shot if they caught that right. And into the mount position. Pretty much a full round with which to work from the mounted position. This is exactly where Jarno wants to be. Gives up the back.
Jarno's got the back.
Body triangle in.
His position is secure.
Trying to go for a solo or trying to get an arm or the leg here.
Alisher's going to try and throw him forward slightly if he can.
Abandons it. He's now trying to work for the rear naked choke. He's not underneath the chin, but this is uncomfortable.
Close, Phil.
This is a face bar. It's incredibly uncomfortable. Giving the thumbs up to the referee.
Very smart on the part of the fighters, telling the referee, Brave Nation, that he's not in any danger of going out.
Could eat some big shots here. That body triangle is tight.
Alisher trying to throw his opponent forward.
And attempting to buck Jarno off. He may have just put himself deeper in a little bit of danger. Jarno just trying to soften up.
Jarno staying busy, throwing light shots, trying to see what reaction he gets from his opponent, trying to get reads.
He's gone bicep grip on it again. I don't think it's underneath the chin. Jarno's leaking all over the cage here. I'm not quite sure when the strike happened that cut him open. He's slowly trying to age his way underneath the chin, and if you're Abdulayev and you're in this position, yes, it's uncomfortable, but you're hoping that Jarno doesn't realize he's not underneath the chin and puts everything into it.
Not only is it uncomfortable, Phil, you know in this position you are losing large on the eyes of the judges. He's going to do everything he can, wait for one moment, and then explosively try and get out of there. Trying to shake his opponent just a little bit high.
Grabbing the back of the head, trying to get him off here, but it's so much harder to do when your opponent has the body triangle locked up.
This is an excellent technique when your opponent has hooks in. It's less effective against that figure four. Short choke attempt.
Switches palm to palm, but once again, not quite underneath the chin.
It's getting a little bit lower.
You can see that cut corner of the eye of Jarno. I can't remember definitively where that may have happened in the rounds. Clash of head, perhaps? Abdulayev doing the right thing by rolling to the side. That the triangle is locked on to alleviate some of that pressure, but Jarno doing a great job of bringing him back to the center point.
Less than 1 minute, Brave Nation.
Oh, doing a little bit of talking to one another. Going to be a fly in the cage.
You'll see an Alisher throwing some strikes.
Potentially throwing some insults.
Yeah. Strikes and insults from being back mounted. Little muffler attempt there.
I'll be interested to see just exactly where that cut is on the eye of Jarno.
It's just on the inside of the ridge of the brow.
So it's not causing an impediment to his vision.
It is in all likelihood a relatively safe place for a cut. We've got world-class medical team here. They will doubtless have a look at it in between the rounds, but I don't believe it's going to be an impediment. We got 10 seconds now, Brave Nation.
Carrick, question. Of a round on the way to the 10th round. You make the argument that due to the dominance from Jarno taking it back and getting back position for the submission attempt, he potentially has a 10th round.
That was potentially a 10-8 round, but I didn't see any submission attempts that were close enough or heavily damaging strikes that were close enough. However, as I said earlier, this deal in Germany is world-class. They have mixed martial arts development, and if in their opinion it's a 10-8, I absolutely wouldn't disagree. However, I do not think it was a submission attempt that was close enough. I do not think the strikes were damaging enough.
Still all to play for.
Jarno Errens has the momentum. Let's see if he can carry it into round 3. Double touch of the hands. That shows double respect.
Oh, just shy with the uppercut. Alisher counters beautifully. All about the striking exchanges in the opening third and final round here.
Alisher determined to land a big shot.
Oh, he's just throwing at will here. Wants to make this third round his by doing something very definitive. Jarno is always dangerous. He has a fantastic uppercut. A rear uppercut of his, the fight that, or the strike that turned out the lights of Max Kruger. Potentially out on the guillotine. He has the arms trapped.
Elbow's just a little high right now. It's on the side of the jaw, not down on the trachea. There's going to be an escape. There it is.
fantastic back and forth fight here, Kurt. Very, very difficult to score. This is why I'm much happier in my position as a commentator than our judging friends.
Jarno likely to start trying to attack from bottom.
Realistically, neither fighter can afford to rest here with such a finely poised fight. Be interesting to see how the judges score that first round.
Alisher would likely do himself a favor if he tries to pass at least to top half guard.
Jarno has that knee shield in. Lets it go, back to close guard. Nice little elbow from the bottom there. Guard is open, foot's on the hip.
Third time, I love that technique. Take the hand, push the knee down, create that space you need to get that foot in the hip. From there, create a little bit of distance from which you can stand, strike, or submit.
Mate, I thought he was going to drop down for the leg there. Thought he was going to drop down for the calf crush, decided to abandon it.
Halfway through the third round, Brave Nation.
Close guard here, right in the center of the cage.
Arm bars in place. Sweep. Control. Triangle.
Nice switch to the triangle. Oh,
Escape.
Beautiful transition.
Technique. Back take.
Back take again from Jarno.
No hooks in yet.
Incredible fight. Jarno sticking.
One hook in, Brave Nation.
Jarno sticking to Alisher like a backpack. May choose to lock his feet here in that reverse half guard position. Trying to get that other hook in. He's a little bit too much on the side here for me. Readjusts. There it is, both hooks.
Denied. Hook was denied. Quick little hand, yanked it off.
May switch to the body triangle again. Has to let it go. Coming up to the final minute. Both these guys have to go for broke. Takedown attempt by Alisher. Good use of the wizard to keep himself standing from Jarno.
Less than a minute now.
Can either of these fighters land something big?
Phil, one huge move right here could win the entire fight.
Huge takedown, a huge shot. Both these athletes so finely poised, so evenly matched. Rolling, going fight. Big knee from Aarons. Doing a good job here not to be taken down.
Quick look at the time. See how much is left. Frame. It's going to be a knee, and then likely an elbow, and then an escape. Escape was denied.
Fight here, we're seeing some of the action from that third and final round.
Brave Nation, unlike most sports, if you watch cricket, if you watch football, when the match ends, you know who won. Right now, we do not know who won. In this moment, this long minute of anticipation is one of the most exciting things that happens in this sport.
Unless you're one of the fighters. Here the fighters are going through mental torture right now, asking their coaches, did I win? Have I done enough? I'm sure both fighters believe they have done enough to win, and conceivably you could make an argument for either fighter here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these two. An incredible bout once again. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-28. Your next judge scores about 29-28, and your third judge scores about 29-27 for unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner, Jarno
Germany, October of this year, December of this year. Some quality striking being players. The first round, we had to weather the early storm, kick to the takedown. Some nice little up kicks and really came into the fight in the second round. The second round where it had that incredible back control resulting in one of the judges scoring a 10-year round.
Jarno Errens showed the power of having a broad skill set. He can strike from top, he can strike from standing. Very, very happy to strike from bottom. Also from bottom, looking for leg locks, looking for that armbar, looking for those chokes. The man who can fight from everywhere and does. Woo! And that was my favorite moment in the whole fight. And did you notice, Phil? He actually stopped the momentum by planting his own head on the mat.
There you see the multitude of rear naked choke attempts. Back control was essential. It was 4.5 minutes or so of back control. Especially going with the bicep grip and palm grip. Never really underneath the chin. It was more a face bar than anything else at the time. Whatsoever. I mean that they're so evenly contested that their skill sets is only fair to go to the season.
Absolutely, Phil. There is nothing that I dislike more than a card where I know beforehand who's going to win every fight.
Yeah.
Not interesting to me. Our partners here, NFC, terrific matchmakers, put together phenom fights for us, as of course has.
This bout is presented by Brave Nutrition. Behind the athlete, there are hours of training. Behind every hard training is Brave Nutrition.
Gamzat Magomedov has firmly established himself as one of the top bantamweights in the world and is eager to build on his win streak. When he faces Borislav Nikolic, one of the finest Serbian exports, who is ready to build momentum in the 135-pound weight class. Coming up next, Gamzat Magomedov takes on Borislav Nikolic in the bantamweight division.
All right, Brave Nation. This next fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man, the mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 1 loss. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.68 kilograms. Representing Secutor MMA and fighting out of Belgrade, Serbia. Please welcome Borislav Nikolic. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 175 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.46 kilograms. Representing KHK Team Bahrain and fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain, please welcome Gamzat Magomedov. Your referee is Jan Forbonik.
Tail of the tape, you can see Gamzat 27, Borislav 29. Everything else is virtually identical.
Indeed, Phil. Indeed.
Touch of the glove. No touch of the gloves. The first takedown attempt will be telling. Gamzat showing that he also has hands. That last fight, that eerie KO over Makayev was fantastic. Lands a beautiful counter strike there. Catches Borislav coming in.
Beautiful, beautiful head movement from Gamzat. Head never ever stops moving.
There's that sequential strike into wrestling. Big flare double.
It gets real bad from here, Phil.
Borislav is a master of the submission game, but jiu-jitsu versus Dagestani wrestling. Borislav needs to be careful. Could leave himself susceptible to a Von Flue choke if he continues to hold on to that neck.
Excellent job. Teza manages to get to close guard. Open it up now. Probably wants to get a foot in on that hip, create a little distance, try and stand. This is not a place he wants to hang out for a long time.
Gamzat happy to sit inside the guard of his opponent and do damage. Old school Tito Ortiz style, grabbing the back of the head. Just twisting the hips to get as much torque as he can into those shots. Doing a great job of any time Borislav tries to make improvements in his position, he elevates the legs over the headline.
Looking potentially for an armbar. It's getting close.
Great
And
job.
the legs are down.
Great job to square the hips off there by Magomedov.
There's the squeeze.
The beginning of a head-on triangle here. If he can scoot to the other side, if he can get out of the guard and scoot himself to the right side. Really is a hallmark of KHK Team Bahrain, isn't it? Just this suffocating style, this dominance we see so often from the KHK team.
It's a reflection of the style of their leader and how hard they train. And, of course, of the great national heritage from Dagestan. Very slick little side-to-side head movement from Nikolic.
Gamzat doing a great job of keeping himself compact, but Borislav trying to work for the armbar again.
For a potential, it could have been a sweep. Armbar, triangle.
Had the guard very high there to try and make something happen. Let it slip down a little. You're watching a chess match unfold in front of us here at Brave CF 61 in collaboration with NFC, live from Bonn, Germany. Jump on social media using the hashtag BraveCF61, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Join Brave Nation. Give us your thoughts on the fight and your thoughts on tonight's main event when Marcel Grabinski takes on Lutterbach for a second time.
Nikolic ate a couple of elbows from bottom, trying his level best to land a couple.
You have to give Borislav credit because he's doing a good job of keeping Gamzat close to him so that he can't get the space to fire off the shots, those short elbows. Yes, Nikolic may be the man on the bottom and may be losing the round, but he hasn't absorbed a lot of damage.
He has not, and he's very, very purposeful in his actions. He's not being reactive. He's not losing his mind when he eats a shot. He's got a game plan, and he's trying to make it so.
He's constantly trying to create angles for himself. You have to give him credit.
A little bit of a warning for a heel from bottom. Absolutely unintentional.
I don't even know if it landed.
Little instruction, just when your opponent's on his knees, you can't throw an up kick.
Safety first here at Brave CF. Very dominant round for Gamzat Magomedov. Dominant, if not eventful. Badger bite attempt there. Don't often see that in mixed martial arts, the badger bite from Nikolic.
10 seconds.
Gamzat finishing with some strong ground and pound. Just to put a little bit of a... Could go for a huge takedown here with a couple seconds left.
Borislav Nikolic.
In collaboration with our partners NFC. A stiff jab to open up from Nikolic.
There's a long jab. We're going to see some circling now.
He has to be wary of overcommitting to his strikes, because if he were to do that, and we've seen it happen before, Gamzat just changes levels, but he got caught with a shot there. Oh, that jab is sumptuous.
There we go. This is a game plan. Can't get greedy. Can't move straight forward the whole time.
Nope.
Or he's going to land on his backside. This is not a man to stalk.
And the jab is finding the home.
Nice check hook.
And on the takedown is Gamzat. Finishes it. Has to be wary of being caught in the guillotine here. Cannot let Borislav get that leg in across and get that guillotine guard. 4 minutes left in the round. This is not where Borislav Nikolic wants to be at all.
Brave Nation, the single most important discipline in mixed martial arts is, as we've referenced before, wrestling.
Von Flue attempt.
Von Flue attempt. Not quite there yet.
Doesn't quite have the shoulder driving into the carotid artery yet. Would need to turn a little bit more on his side.
Hands are not connected.
Abandons it.
And of all the forms of wrestling, the highest form of wrestling right now in the world, and the world will eventually catch up, is Dagestani wrestling.
He's attempting the Von Flue now. Again, abandons it. Perhaps doing it just to give Borislav something to think about. Good job to get the re-guard. Still needs to do something definitive. Gamzat happy to sit in this position. He's winning the fight from this position. How badly does Borislav Nikolic want to get back to the feet and start popping that jab off again? As you say, perhaps got a little bit overzealous, Kirik, with the forward momentum, as opposed to implementing that lateral side-to-side movement.
Just a little bit, but Nikolic is more likely to get a submission or a knockout out of nowhere. He can lose every second of every minute of every round and turn things around on a dime. The grinder, the mighty, mighty grinder, Gamzat Magomedov, a little bit less likely to get a knockout out of nowhere, a submission out of nowhere. Nikolic biding his time a little bit, staying relatively safe, looking for a cut there with the elbow. Submission always very, very close.
Gamzat Magomedov is an absolute cardio machine. Back in 2017, when he won the IMAF world title at bantamweight, he fought 5 men in 5 days in 5 different fights. Incredible. This is bread and butter to him. A fight every couple of months.
5 fights, 5 days. Took a day off to fly. Bam, right back in training the day after.
Head coach Eldar Eldarov would not have it any other way. And he really has instilled an incredible ethos into the KHK team fighters. That relentless doggedness, not allowing your opponent any time to settle, keeping the pressure on.
That doggedness is not possible without a huge degree of skill. If you simply attack all the time and you don't have a huge amount of skill, you're actually doing the opposite of fighting. You're moving right into attacks that are being set up against you. So when you see these fighters continually attack and attack and attack, it's not just an aggressive attitude, it's also a reflection of tremendous skill.
Trying to work for the armbar here is Nikolic. Can't quite see potential for a trip, but great posture. Trying to work the triangle, but great posture from Gamzat and then into the pass. Now landing big shots. Can he take the back here?
Question for Gamzat, is he gonna take top turtle? Does he want the back?
Has a little bit more time with the back take here than he did at the end of the first round. A big takedown would really seal the round for him in emphatic fashion. Not that he needs it.
Gamzat trying to strike. Trying to position for one last takedown. And he got it! That was Air Bahrain. Wooslav, Teza, Nikolic can lose every second, every minute, every round, and can win this fight out of nowhere. Gamzat Magomedov is ahead, 20-19, but he cannot relax for a split second because that's all Teza needs to turn this around.
Does Borislav Nikolic have enough left in the tank? Definitely the game plan he needs to. That constant lateral movement again.
Borislav needs just a little more distance than he's giving himself.
He is finding a home for the jab, to be fair. Like so many wrestlers before him, Gamzat Magomedov does have power in those hands. Another stiff jab from Nikolic.
That's 4.
Has to get his back away from that cage.
Trying to draw his opponent into punching. He's trying to hit his opponent as he moves in. If you can catch your opponent as they move in, it doubles, even triples, but that's the problem.
Has to be wary of a choke here as well.
When Gamzat Magomedov moves in, it's to move in for a takedown.
But it shows just how good he is. All of his opponents know what he's going to do. They know he's going to shoot for the takedown, and they cannot stop it. I think he's been successful with every takedown attempt so far in this fight.
He's an absolutely phenomenal fighter, Phil. Back in the day, Muhammad Ali, you knew what he was going to do. He was going to get in those toes, move around, jab. He would even tell you the round he was going to beat you in, and he would still do it. Gamzat Magomedov is cut from the same cloth. He's going to move forward. You might catch him with a few shots, but all that's going to happen, he's not going to get knocked out. All that's going to happen is he's getting reads. He's learning your timing, chooses his moment when you try and move in on him, and boop, you're on your back.
Potential for another big takedown here. Gamzat Magomedov is just relentless.
Magomedov's head positioning is excellent. He's shutting down any attempt at a back elbow from there.
Borislav Nikolic trying to break the grip, but Gamzat Magomedov, his doggedness is unquantifiable, like a little pit bull. Borislav Nikolic must be thinking to himself, what more can I do? How do I get this man off me? Can't break that grip at all. Switching to the double is Gamzat. Could see a big takedown coming here, Carrick. Marches him into the center of the cage. Thought he might have spiked his head a little bit there on the takedown, but looks good.
As long as the fighter is across side, that head is safe. If the fighter's on the same side as his head, you can receive an injury from it. But as long as there's a body underneath you, you can tap your head a little bit. It's not likely to cause anything more than a little thump noise. Gamzat moving to north-south. He's going to strike a little bit, may look to take an arm.
Borislav is keen on this neck at the minute. may try and roll with this if he has enough.
I believe that's what he's trying to set up. He's going to wait for the bodies to go from 90 degrees to 180 and roll, but Gamzat Magomedov, too smart.
Incredible MMA IQ from Gamzat here.
Oh, choke sweep. Potential for a back take, got a front head, and they're back up to standing.
I'd like to see the uppercut from Borislav Nikolic. He has it primed ready there. Less than a minute left. Can Borislav Nikolic steal a victory from the jaws of defeat? But Gamzat doing exactly what he has to do, exhibiting that MMA IQ. Takes the fight where he knows he is the most dangerous, where he knows he holds all the cards. Potential for another big takedown here.
Brave Nation, this is the problem. When Gamzat Magomedov has a grip on you, everything that happens is bad. When he's on top of you, punches come down, there's always a threat of a guard pass. When he's standing,
oh, beautiful spin out from Gamzat. 10 seconds left.
huge props to Nikolic. Look for a submission, look for a second one. Got taken down, and
here we're going to see some of that action. Gamzat Magomedov taking deeper breaths. A little bit of afters for both men here. Not quite sure what this is about. No need for that.
officials quickly separate the two.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the decision, I'd like to thank His Excellency, Ambassador Abdulatif Abdullah, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Bahrain in Germany. Thank you for your support, Your Excellency. All right, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 29-28. And your next 2 judges scored about 30-27 for a unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner from KHK Team Bahrain, Gamzat Magomedov.
Brave Nation, we've had a highly unusual 5 decisions in a row. But let me tell you, in this next fight, we have a mountain wolf, Lava Ford, Hussein Karimagamayev, about to enter the Brave Combat Federation cage. He is not looking for a decision, he's looking for destruction and destroy. We've got Jose Marcos Masju Santiago Lima Jr. coming from Fortaleza, Brazil. He's not looking for a decision, he's looking for destruction and destroy.
Brave Nation, this next contest is 3 5-minute rounds in a catchweight bout of 73 kilograms. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 11 wins, 6 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 72.68 kilograms. Representing Maju Make Champions and fighting out of Fortaleza, Brazil. Welcome, Jose Marcos Maju Lima Santiago Jr. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 8 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 72.68 kilograms. Representing UFD Dusseldorf and fighting out of Switzerland, please welcome Hussein Lamanboz Karimagomedov Mayev. Your referee is the Bandit, Kiki Larkin.
All of Hussein Lamanboz Karimagomedov's victories have come with inside the distance. This is a man who's always looking to finish.
We spoke about whether he can maintain the same level of focus and motivation given that he is not fighting Akshan Babayev. And we are about to see also the pressure of fighting in front of your adopted hometown.
Masju taking it.
Oh, beautifully acrobatic takedown. Tried to cartwheel pass into side. But Masju doing a good job right now. Back to his feet, but needs a couple of shots for his trouble. And Karimagomedov looking to close the distance, get in on a takedown.
Masju double underhooks, very, very hard. Nigh on impossible to take somebody down from there. Double unders have been turned into inside double overs.
Nice little Conor McGregor shoulder bumps there from Masju. The pressure really is on Hussein Karimagomedov here. Masju's coming in with really nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, Phil, and to his extreme credit, he is attacking here. Brave Nation, there is a style of play in mixed martial arts where you fight to not lose. Some people can eke out a decision that way. That is not the case with Masju.
It's a smart game plan and tactic being employed by Karimagomedov. You don't want to give space and time to set up distance for the Muay Thai specialists, so crowd him so he can't get off his most dangerous assets in his arsenal.
Masju splitting his legs to try and make it harder to get the hands together. Was unsuccessful in that.
Trying to roll for
Looking
a leg.
for a knee bar.
It's high risk, really, isn't it, trying to roll for a knee? Did you see a compression smash pass here from Hussein? Good job from Masju there to get the half guard back.
Absolutely. Phil, let's see what he does with it. Brave Nation, from that position, there's about a half dozen different strategies. You can try and hold on to your opponent. You can try and get behind him. You can try a submission. You can try to strike. You can try and hold him there until the referee hopefully stands you up.
Nice job from Hussein Karimagomedov just to frame off the head and pop the elbow down. Right now, front headlock position.
Masju using that position to try and stand.
Eats a knee for his trouble. And a second. Hussein Karimagomedov has been a fire blanket right now, extinguishing the flames of Masju.
Nice use of the wizard to counter that takedown attempt.
Can't quite see if he has the hands connected here for the takedown.
Not quite, but they're close.
He is underneath the backside of Masju. May use the fence to bump him off it to create a little bit of space. No, hands are not connected.
Masju making sure those hands don't come together by applying downward pressure on the forearm. Switch to a single. Head outside single.
Could go high crotch. I've seen him execute the high crotch brilliantly before.
Becky Larkin wants to see a little bit more, and Brave Nation, we're about to get a little bit more.
Exchange of kicks. Hussein Karimagomedov switching stances, giving his opponent different looks. Karimagomedov answering the question of would he have the same amount of focus and motivation. A definitive yes here. Takedown right in the open forum of the Brave Arena. Nice bicep control. Masju with the double butterflies. May try and elevate and sweep, but good heavy hips being exhibited here by Karimagomedov.
30 seconds now.
Maju trying to create a little bit of an angle for himself. Karimagomedov smart to it straight away, squares off the hips. Body, head, and dominant round for... Here we see some of the action. That takedown and the attempted cartwheel pass. Expect to see a lot more movement coming from Maju in the second round. He realized that he cannot afford to plant his feet around somebody like Karimagomedov. Just so this Decky Larkin is your man in the middle. Second round, we're seeing Karimagomedov taking on Maju.
Interesting. Shift into a southpaw stance, back to orthodox by the man from Fortaleza.
Karimagomedov changing levels, trying to get Maju to bite on the feints. Make him over the top with a big shot.
Maju being just a little bit too aggressive moving forward. He's letting that knee get just a little bit too close.
Well, coming from that Muay Thai background, Muay Thai is predicated on straight lines, really. If you look at the movement, it's back and forward. And that may prove to be his undoing, Kirik. And again, not where he wants to find himself with Hussein Karimagomedov pressing him up against the cage.
He has shown excellent use of the underhooks to stymie the takedown for a time. A little bit of a head wrestling game, a little giraffe fight going on now. Hussein Karimagomedov coming out the better of that.
It's nicely done by Hussein Karimagomedov, a very seasoned wrestler as a youngster in his native Chechnya. Credit to Maju, he's still trying to throw punches, still trying to mount offense. Karimagomedov needs to be careful with his neck positioning here, his head positioning. Beautiful work to get the takedown.
Phenomenal pass, instantly to side control, negating any chance of that guillotine being effective.
Right now he's just taking his time, trying to improve his position, landing big shots. One hook.
Maju keeping that hip fairly close to the fence. Be a little bit hard to get that second hook in. Ankle stomp, very smart technique.
Hussein Karimagomedov very smart with his economy of energy here. Throwing enough to keep himself honest, but not enough to burn himself out.
Maju up to standing.
May go for the back trip takedown here.
Halfway mark in this, the second round.
Hook in again from Hussein.
Little Boers grinding his opponent, pushing him up against that fence like a cheese grater, rolling the shoulder across it, constantly looking either to threaten a takedown. Knees to the body, and there it was. Beautiful little foot sweep.
So dominant and clean. It's those little intricacies of the game that show you just how good Hussein Karimagomedov is. Framing off again, landing elbows. Has to be careful not to hit the back of the head.
Two basic elbows you can throw from there. Brave Nation, one, you pull it way back, drop it down, which you saw right there. You can also push on the head, wait for the head to push into you, and then throw a much shorter one. Doesn't land as hard, but it's harder to defend against.
Coming up to the final minute of the second round. A second round which very much mirrored that of the first, with Hussein Karimagomedov exhibiting some great wrestling and grappling. He's up in the frequency with the strikes now. Maju must be thinking to himself, what did I get myself into?
Whether it's true or not, Hussein Karimagamayev believes he knows what his opponent has. Knowing that, it's giving him the opportunity to post back a little bit, take a little bit more room, and so the shots are going to land harder. Guard pass, moving towards north-south. Bigger elbows coming down now.
Well, this could be the beginning of the end. He's trapped an arm. Doesn't have a lot of time with which to work. 10-second clapper just coming up. Can't quite see just how deep the choke is. Maju looks safe. He lives to fight on into. See in the replay. We know exactly what this replay is going to show. Karimagamayev initiating the clinch, getting the takedown, and being dominant from bell to bell.
That was a beautiful little takedown. Brave Nation, you move your opponent's weight to one leg, sweep the other leg out, and then move the weight onto that leg, which Maju game to get in there. There we go.
Nice show of respect, both men.
Crowd appreciates that.
You're seeing mixing it up a little bit with the strikes now. Maju is asking lots of questions but getting no answers from Hussein Karimagamayev. Probably the most definitive strike he's landed throughout the entirety of the fight there was that leg kick.
Karimagamayev loosening up just a little bit. Trying some things we don't always see for him, and now we're seeing something we always see for him.
Charges him from one end of the cage to the other, completes the takedown.
The blast double.
Steps over seamlessly.
Little bit of a muffler. Brave Nation, that's a technique where you put your open hand over your opponent's nose and mouth. It makes them reach out with their hand to pull it off, and when they do, it leaves them open for a shot.
Talking to Hussein in the lead up to this bout during fight week, he was telling me about his background, how he began wrestling at 8 years old and was often kicked out of the wrestling room for fighting. So obviously it was a logical progression then to move to mixed martial arts, where you can not only wrestle, but you can punch the head off your opponent.
8 years old, you say, Phil. So what you're telling me is he started really, really late.
As we see so often inside the Brave Arena, Carrick, wrestling really is king. Like for the second time, had enough time just to casually turn to his corner. He who controls the wrestling controls where the fight takes place. Turning up the frequency of the shots here. If these continue to be unanswered strikes, referee Dickie Larkin will have to call an end to it.
It's almost there. Almost there, it's over. It's not over. Maybe a little issue about the back of the head.
I think it was Hussein had his hand inside the glove of his opponent. Referee Dickie Larkin was giving him a stern warning. But right now he just needs more of the same. Land the shots. Trying to sneak underneath the chin, using that muffler again. Hussein just needs to keep doing what he's doing, keep landing strikes. A little over 2 minutes left in the third and final round here at Brave CF 61 in collaboration with our partners NFC from beautiful Bonn, Germany. Like, share and follow our content on Instagram, Facebook at Brave MMA. Again, big strikes being landed by Hussein.
Relentless attack here. The positional attack represented by that half guard. When you start to think about that, you got a body attack. When you think about your body, the shots come into the head. Then your wrists get controlled.
Again, just able to casually turn to his corner, have a little bit of a chat, then continue blasting away with big shots. Not underneath the chin here, it's a face bar. Maju letting us know that he's okay. Hussein just holding the mouth now and landing shots.
The greatest fighters, Brave Nation, do refer to being in the cage as being a day at the office. If you look at Khabib Magomedov's face, just look around, he's talking to everybody like he's in the office. Wants a little bit of money. Listen to what his coach has to say.
If he wants a little bit of money, he needs the finish. Trying to sneak underneath the chin. This could be a little deeper. He may go palm to palm, short choke on it.
Looking for that jaw lock.
It's not underneath the chin. It was more of a face bar. Yeah, Hussein Khabib Magomedov essentially doing everything in this fight apart from finishing. Final 10 seconds, and credit to Maju for coming in relatively late in the day and still making it to the third final round, making it the full 15 minutes. Nice.
Phil, there are some places we've been where the decisions were, frankly, odd. This is not one of them. This is Germany. Germany works. I don't think we're going to get an unexpected decision here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scores about 30-26. Your next 2 judges scored about 30-27 for a unanimous decision victory. Out of the red corner, Hussein Lamanbars Khabib Magomedov!
Fights with Islam Dulatov, Max Koga versus Safar Mohsen, and of course, with our main event, Marcel Grabinski versus Joy Tolotova 2. See you there.
Brave Nation, stand by. We have a big moment.
This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. Training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
Islam Dulatov is eager to extend his 6-fight winning streak and gain momentum towards global domination. When he takes on Cleverson Cruz da Silva, whose all professional victories have come by way of finish.
Lloyd? Hello, Lloyd? So we go live.
Coming up next,
At 11.
Islam Dulatov takes on Cleverson Cruz da Silva in a welterweight matchup.
But they cannot wait for 15 minutes.
All right, Brave Nation! This next contest is 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division in the Brave Combat Federation 61 NFC 10 cage. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 7 losses. He stands 181 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 77.34 kilograms. Representing Samurai Team and fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil. Please welcome Cleverson Predestinado Cruz da Silva. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 1 loss. He stands 192 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 77.54 kilograms. Representing UFD Dusseldorf and fighting out of Dusseldorf, Germany. Give it up for Islam the Ripper Your referee inside the cage is Jan Farbonik.
Tail of the tape, you can see the height discrepancy. Cleverson de Cruz de Silva is not a small man, but yet Islam towers over him. How both these men make 77 kilos is beyond me. Dulatov, a master of using the front kick, that teep as an extension of his jab. Beautiful leg kick. Dulatov is getting Cruz to bite on the feints early.
We're starting to see, Phil, why they call this man the Ripper. He rips kicks down to the legs.
He's not just touching with those kicks, he's creating that arc to bring it down too. Beautiful work. Shin crashing into the leg.
What a slick slip of that jab. A second slick slip of that jab. Doesn't want to do it a third time, though.
Can't leave any kind of patterns for your opponent to figure out.
Dulatov is an exceedingly hard fighter to prepare for.
He is ripping these kicks in, using the front teep well.
He has the range of a heavyweight.
And again, the question has to be asked is how does Cleverson Cruz de Silva prepare for a fighter like Islam Dulatov? It's nigh impossible. He's getting through with a jab, forcing Cleverson on the back foot, forcing the shoot from Cleverson. Denied. Oh, he got caught there. He got caught coming in.
The Ripper caught in the front headlock. Heads out, ate a knee for his trouble.
Oh, Dulatov unloading. Crowd here in Bonn, Germany, absolutely loving it. Ah, it's a good knee to the midsection from Cleverson. Cleverson, when he's throwing punches, he's throwing absolutely everything into them, Carrick. Needs to be careful.
And Dulatov is staying inside that pocket and throwing himself. Might want to move back just a little bit, make better use of that reach.
Side-to-side head movement from Cruz de Silva, but the nose tells a story. He's getting hit with shots.
Slick little defense by Dulatov with the shoulder.
It's almost as if Cleverson's accepted that he's going to have to eat a shot to get past the defense of Dulatov and land his own shots.
It's actually a very smart strategy. It's playing a little bit of chess instead of just checkers.
Oh, he got rocked there big time. Dulatov unloading here.
This is a storm.
Can Cleverson win? It's all over. What a shot from Islam Dulatov. Crowd going absolutely crazy. generation, the roaring lion, the one and only inimitable Mr. Carlos Creamer.
All right, Germany, let's make some noise! This bout comes to an end at 2 minutes and 47 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by knockout, Islam the Ripper
Let's throw it up to our German broadcast partner. So far, the heavyweight fight.
This bout is brought to you by Brave Gym. Training for mind, body, and spirit. Brave, it's more than a gym.
Max Koga wants to prove he deserves to get back to the top of German mixed martial arts and looks to make a statement. When he takes on Zafar Mohsen, who has an impressive 7 victories in his last 8 fights. Coming up next, Mad Max Koga takes on Zafar Mohsen in a catchweight bout of 69 kilograms.
Here's your co-main event of the evening. Inside the Brave CF 61 NFC 10 cage. 3 5-minute rounds in a catchweight bout of 69 kilograms. Introducing your first competitor. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 10 wins and 3 losses. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 69 kilograms. Representing Kiboshu Gym and fighting out of Mannheim, Germany, please welcome Zafar Mohsen. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 23 wins, 8 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 172 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 68.68 kilograms. Representing MMA Spirit and fighting out of Frankfurt, Germany. Give it up for Max, Mad Max Koga! Your referee is Gart Richter.
Carrick, how nice is it to have a full house again?
The arena is sold out with very good reason. You're looking at one of the good reasons right here.
Here we go. Anything Max Koga does here will be met with rapturous applause. Mohsen into the Lion's Den to get it done tonight.
Very smart, Phil, of Max Koga not to initially attack. His fans doubtless would like to see a flying knee right now. It's not the wise thing.
Koga was originally scheduled to fight the champion Mert Ozzy Ildirim for the belt tonight, but Mert was forced out of the fight with an injury. Stepping up was Zafar Mohsen.
Phil, my favorite chant from the crowd used to be Ave Maria in Brazil. Right now it is Koga, Koga.
But Mad Max has to compartmentalize the noise of the crowd. He can't be swayed by that. Yes, he can be revitalized and reinvigorated by it, but he can't play to the whims of the crowd. He has to fight his fight. Oh, did he get a little bit clipped there? Both fighters just trying to get a read on one another now. Very powerful striker is Max Koga. He's only ever 1 shot away from ending the fight. As incredibly powerful leg kicks as well.
Koga keeping that head moving, not just forward and back, not just in a circle, but up and down as well.
Mushin thought about chasing there, decided against it. Oh, that's a good shot to the body. Mushin coming from that southpaw position. The liver is an ever-present target for the southpaw. Watch out for the body kick. Mushin throws it, but that's Koga throwing the kicks.
That was the second time Koga shifted and then threw a very stiff jab.
This is turning into a bit of a firefight.
Koga backed his man up, looking to land that right hand again.
Has to be wary of walking onto that straight left hand of Mushin. Initiates the clinch, smart work from Max Koga.
Nice whizzer, nice tight whizzer from Zafar Mohsen. Stopping the takedown so far. Koga switching to attacking the legs with a knee.
Chance of Koga ringing out around the venue here.
Two fighters vying for head position. Right now, Zafar Mohsen has the superior position. Now it's reversed.
Oh, beautiful trick, but Koga right back up.
Back take, though.
Mushin trying to step over that leg. Nice whizzer from Koga, using that to balance himself. And again, we say it at least a couple of times a show, this is the most draining aspect of mixed martial arts, trying to establish your underhooks whilst your opponent is trying to do the exact same thing. It becomes an absolute war of attrition. Beautiful knee on the break from Koga.
Koga now back where he wants to be, at range, trying to set up that straight. He's bladed.
You do feel just at any time either fighter have the potential to put their opponent's lights out.
Mohsen throwing a few more shots.
Oh, beautiful shots from Mohsen. 28 finishes between these gentlemen, so it's not outside the realms of possibility. With that shot.
When you step into the pocket with Max Koga, one shot will drop you.
Closing stanzas of the round. Koga chasing.
Mohsen trying gamely to get it back. Beautiful round one out.
Here we see both guys opening up, trying to find space on one another.
Well, that earlier attempt to set up the straight. And that was the shot that landed hard. That was the one that let Mad Max Koga know it had to come next. That was a beautiful takedown. Unfortunately, wasn't. Phil, all I want for Christmas is this.
Ask and you shall receive. Koga now knows that if he throws with intent. Oh, head kick! Landed flush, but Mohsen edit. Mohsen trying to land big, wild strikes. That's a good shot to the body from Mohsen, but now Koga in on a single leg.
Again, beautiful wizard defense.
Max Koga with another beautiful shot, finding a home for that right. Changing levels, trying to give different looks. Mohsen very much not out of this fight by any stretch of the imagination. Still firing with
100% in this fight, Phil, but Mad Max Koga believes he has his opponent's number. He believes he knows how to end this, and it's going to be with a straight.
I'm so invested in this fight. I have to remind myself that I'm the commentator as well and have to do a little bit of the old talky talk, but I'm on the edge of my seat. Just either one of these fighters has the ability to shut the other's lights out.
Koga fading when his opponent moves in. He's moving back. At some point, he's going to move back just a little bit, set himself down in a split second, and let that straight go.
Nice shot to the body from Mohsin. Shot over the top from Koga. Mohsin unfazed. Needs to keep that rear hand high. Counter striking of Koga is fantastic here. He's just out of distance. Nice shot to the body. He's just out of distance when Mohsin throws and then covers that distance beautifully, landing his own strikes.
Zafar Mohsin showing the head movement that he needs to not eat that straight counter. Not moving that head straight forward.
Yeah, Mohsin landed one shot, but Koga is so smart with his distance management, able just to evade by a hair's breadth.
Maybe a question mark kick coming up.
Metal here. Oh, no clash of heads. Mohsin's doing a great job of defending the takedown there and firing back.
Mohsin doing a great job of everything right now, Phil. It's keeping constant head movement. It's going to be very hard to get the timing down to nail him as he moves in. Head moves up, down, side to side, forward and back.
He's overcommitting to the strikes a little bit here. He's trying to find that one-header quarter to get Koga out of there. Koga seems to be acutely aware of that, so he knows that a big bomb is coming from Mohsin.
Mohsin maybe just a little bit faster. Max Koga hits a little bit harder.
Millimeters away. That's a good shot. Landed just underneath the ear.
Very wise to follow up with a kick low. Get the opponent thinking low. Back up to the head again.
Nice counter striking from Koga. Trying to get in on the takedown. Good defense so far being exhibited by Mohsin. Trip attempted and denied. Koga just keeps going, doesn't he? He hasn't. The pace has not dropped at all since first bell.
Both these fighters, Phil, are supremely conditioned.
Final 20 seconds of the second round. It was around this time that Koga dropped Mohsin in the first round. Will he try and land one big strike to finish out the round? He's going for it.
Phil Irish Thunder, I can tell you who won that round. It's the fans. One more round inside this fight.
Incredible to be a national championship fight. The 5 rounds, but yes, very incredible fight. Going into the third round, and like I say, you still get the feeling that yes, we really wanted the third round, but
Maybe just a little bit more tired.
Third and final round. Both fighters primed, ready to go.
Oh!
It's not counter striking, it's the letting Mohsin overcommit and then catching him with the counter strikes. Oh, beautiful timing.
Brave Nation,
That's
that is
exquisite.
timing.
Koga now inside the guard, and this is probably the longest period of relative inactivity we've seen.
Even this, of course, couldn't be defined honestly as inactivity. They're
Correct.
both trying to land shots. Koga putting the squeeze on, trying to get the head turning one way. He'll move the hips the other.
Formosin trying to do everything he can to get back to his feet, but Max Koga wise to it, putting the pressure on, trying to take away one of those pillars of stability in the arms of Zafar.
Zafar's got one butterfly in. We've got a near pass now.
Oh, beautiful.
Back to half guard.
May try and snap on a guillotine, but in doing so gets taken down. Nice work from Zafar Mohsin. He's now the man on top.
Koga's now got bottom half guard.
He's eating some big shots from here.
Looking for a knee bar, Phil. Out and up.
Both these guys are so aggressive, not giving one another any kind of space. Zafar trying to take the back here.
Back taken up. Victory roll attempt, looking for that knee bar a second time.
Has to be careful committing both hands to the leg. Oh, it's a huge hammer fist.
Back up to standing momentarily. Koga very wisely moved over to the fence.
Oh, he's going to slip off. Might get taken down here. What a sequence.
Excellent defense by Mad Max Koga, taking the fight over to the fence where one of those hips can be protected.
Takedown by Zafar Mohsin. Then again, Koga not resting at all, up to his knees.
Mad Max moving back up. It goes elbow, knee, hand, foot up. Koga stalking.
Both these fighters throwing as hard and as heavy as they did in the first round. We are definitely in the deep waters of MMA, and both these guys know how to swim.
2 minutes. Double leg attempted. Switch to a single.
Good defense so far from Koga. Lands a nice knee to the midsection.
Nice wizard defense, straight into a knee to the body. Headshots coming.
There's not a backward step in Max Koga at all. And that's bound to be intimidating if you're Zafar. Like, you have to think, I've hit this guy with some heavy shots and he's just forward, forward, forward. Mohsin maybe a little bit fatigued, a little less snap coming in those shots. Koga definitely getting his 10,000 steps in today with the amount of ground he's covering in the cage.
1 minute, Brave Nation. Either of these fighters could still throw a shot that ends it. Like that one, like that one.
Oh, he's on wobbly legs.
Koga landed two, one each side of the head. Steals equilibrium.
Koga just trying to measure him for that one big shot. Uppercut potentially there for Koga. Wobbled him again. Can Koga get the finish? 30 seconds to go in a co-main event.
Mad Max Koga stalking, feinting. Boom!
I'd like to see him throw that rear uppercut. Mohsin's dipping the head ever so slightly when these shots are coming in. You could parlay that into a huge uppercut. Good head movement from Koga. Koga trying to get the finish. Last 10 seconds. Wow, what a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Man, speaking of smashing it, these two gentlemen smashed each other to bits inside that cage. There you see some of the action. The guillotine attempt turned into a big slam takedown by Zafar Mohsin.
Phil, if I gotta sum up my feelings of this night, I can do it in 3 words. I love Germany.
Das ist gut, ja?
Your first judge scores about 30-27. Your next judge scores about 30-27. And your last judge scores about 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Max, Mad Max,
That was a big shot to the temple.
There was a head kick. Like he began a couple of minutes now to recharge and recover.
This bout is presented by Brave Nutrition. Behind the athlete, there are hours of training. Behind every hard training is Brave Nutrition.
Marcel Grabinski has been on a tear since joining Brave CF and is close to a world title shot. But first, he will need to earn revenge against Jolton Linderback, who is making his promotional debut and is eager to derail his rival's hopes in the division. Coming up next, your main event of the evening, as Marcel Mohamed Grabinski takes on Jolton Pellegrino Linderback in the super lightweight division.
Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 35 wins, 10 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 183 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 75.26 kilograms. Representing Gladiator Fight Gym and fighting out of Ingolstadt, Germany. Please welcome Jolton Pellegrino Linderback. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 21 wins and 6 losses. He stands 182 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 75.29 kilograms. Representing UFD Dusseldorf and fighting out of Dusseldorf, Germany. Please welcome Marcel Mohamed Grabinski. For fighter instructions, it's the bandit, Decky Larkin.
Gentlemen, you've been over the rules. Listen to my instructions all the time. If I tell you stop and break clean. Any questions? Any questions? If you want to touch gloves, let's do this.
What a buzz there is in here for this main event. You see on the graphic, Grabinski elder by 2 years. Everything else is pretty much identical. We are good to go. Rematch come to fruition 5 years in the making. Both fighters completely different to who they were. Luderbach's opening up with some big shots. Managed to split the guard with a nice uppercut there. You can tell that both these fighters are savvy veterans.
Grabinski edging in pretty close, Phil. Grabinski showing he's got excellent reflexes, letting himself get closer than most fighters would or could.
He's caught already, caught over the eye. Luckily, it's not going down into the eyes, just trailing down the side of the face, not an impediment to his vision. Nice work behind the jab from Lutherbach. Again, that uppercut, he's trying to split the guard, come in between the elbows.
Kick coming there it was.
That jab for Lutherbach, doing some great work from there.
As is that calf kick.
Oh, flying knee. Lutherbach's landing heavy so far. Grabinski needs to do something, needs to mount some sort of offense himself here. Can't afford just to cover up and be a target. The jab's such an underutilized tool in mixed martial arts.
Lutherbach now just measuring with that front hand, measuring. Once he makes contact, he knows where his opponent is.
He dropped him.
And that's what's coming.
Huge hammer fist from Lutherbach.
Short time now, Brave Nation, that's it.
History has repeated itself. Joy Lenton Lutherbach once again gets the victory over Marcel Grabinski, but this time he does it in incredible fashion with a beautiful stoppage.
Brave Nation, we have got a #1 contender.
Wow.
All right. This main event comes to an end at 1 minute and 52 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, Joyutong Pellegrino Lutan.